Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civ 6 as the Gauls. Now, some of you guys did notice that I had Gustav Eiffel sitting here, and I actually failed to get the Ruhr Valley. However, only 459 production was salvaged, and the Ruhr Valley actually takes 1,240. So I think it would have been a very close thing, and I would have still lost it had I used Gustav Eiffel. What we can use him for, though, is if we go ahead and purchase ourselves a settler to be thrown up here, we'll be able to get ourselves an oppidum and the fabled Venetian Arsenal. We're in the home stretch of the game now, and I fully expect it to be over by the end of this episode. We're working on the Earth satellite. We'll soon be working on the Moonlander. I do want to go ahead and get Liang reassigned in Bibrax. Is fine, actually. I'm happy with her in Bibrax, and I will want to grab the card that gives me extra build charges, because the interaction with the Royal Society is the more build charges your builders have, the faster you progress your space race projects when you feed builders into the spaceport. Just keep stealing cash over here in Cusco. Got plenty of cash in the bank and plenty of income from those trade deals we've been making, thanks to liberating cities. Lovely, there is synthetic materials, and we actually unlocked the biosphere. Lovely, we got our shopping mall in here, our campus is fully built. We just have to build up our factory a little bit for a little bit more power. I think in these northern cities, due to the lack of food, I'll go for food markets rather than shopping malls. And a lot of people were asking me why I'm sitting on so many envoys. It's because I don't really get much out of spending them. Only really spending 2 in Mexico will give me a little bit of production. Spending a little bit in Venice will get me something, right? Putting envoys into Kandy doesn't do much for me. Putting envoys into the Vatican doesn't do much for me. Now, putting envoys into Taruga, that's actually a good option here, because that would give me +3 science in every research lab. So if I plug that in, kaboom, I get about 40 science out of that. So there are sometimes choices, but oftentimes what I'll do is I'll sit on my envoys and actually look for something. And I'm pretty sure I only met Taruga recently, until a while ago. Oh no, I've known about it for a while, never mind. Although I feel like I only met Taruga recently, so I didn't know about them the majority of the game. And if I had spent all of my envoys, I wouldn't have been able to boost them up to here. And I don't need their suzerain bonus, although I would like it because that is extra science. I'm happy enough just getting the +1, 2, 3 science out of them. Slowly chipping away at this city again. Says it's rebelling in so many turns, but I'm not sure that that is going to have enough time to happen because I got my artillery here. This area up here might actually be good candidacy for national parks. For example, this set of tiles right here could be good if I harvest that sheep and put a forest on it. Could be a good spot. There's also potential things like that all over my empire. The reason you want to have national parks is because they give you amenities, which is, pretty decent. It also gives you a ton of era score, so I'm quite happy to be sitting on this much faith. I'm quite surprised at how much faith I have, considering I haven't really optimized for faith at all. Continuing to bombard. Pretty much the most interesting thing happening in my empire right now is that city getting shreked by me. Right, we have a military academy in Avaricum. The city is optimized to generate science. It's slowly losing population. Does it already have a neighborhood? It does have a neighborhood with a shopping mall. I don't have anything else I need to build. I don't need housing. I don't need another neighborhood. I don't need a spaceport in here. What I can do now is choose between encampment industrial zone and campus research grants. And I think if we check our power mode, this city is actually using power, and we can lower the city's power pressure on my supply of strategic resources by doing industrial zone projects. It won't completely power everything around me, but it will power this city, and it'll also give me extra points towards Sergei Korolev. That said, getting Stephanie Kwolek would probably be a little bit more important to me, and so I'll do campus research grants instead. Tirvana is another city that's struggling for food. It has really, really good production and good gold generation with the commercial hub, but really just struggling for any sort of food. And so that means I'll probably want to go ahead and plop a food market in here. That's +6 food. It's not a huge amount, but it will mean that it won't be suffering from losses, and I think that's reasonable. Brilliant. We have a spaceport completed in Bibrax, which means it can assist in the late game. What do I want to optimize this city for? It's mostly optimized for production right now. And this tile is not being used. That's better than what we were. I want to look for tiles that are not being used or have alternatives like this hill right here that will work out better for me. Just slightly optimizing my cities every time I interact with them is an important part of my gameplay. Now I could go for the broadcast center here. How much do I care about culture? Let's have a look. I'm going to do the moon landing soon, which will boost me through the majority of these technologies, sort of civics. So I don't think the moon landing, or I don't think culture is massively important for me. This is a decent amount of culture, but the question is, do I want another trade route instead? Or do I want even more housing in here to maximize this city's population growth? Because right now, if we go to the citizen map mode, we're getting 13 food per turn, positive, but that's being multiplied by 0.25. And we could probably grow population reasonably quickly if we got ourselves a sewer and another neighborhood. So I think I might go for a little bit of extra housing in here to maximize the city's growth, and then grab a builder to improve these two tiles right here that I plan to work in the city. Sort of a similar thought over here in Novio Dunham. We have a fully built industrial zone. It might be a good idea to grab a sewer to keep this city growing, because it also has a massive food surplus that's suffering a penalty right now. Then the question is, do I want an aqueduct in here? Do I want to lose that wheat? Do I want to put down a campus? And I think that's actually a pretty reasonable campus location, +3. And yeah, I think I will kill that wheat tile. And then I might put a neighborhood here as well. Although if I put a neighborhood here, that kind of ruins this whole farm area. So maybe if I put the neighborhood here, that will keep that farm area available. So we'll do something like this instead. But we'll go sewer into aqueduct, into campus, into neighborhood, or something like that. I'm not going to talk about the fine details of micromanaging every single city, but every now and again I'll talk about individual cities just to kind of give you an idea of how I'm managing my empire and my production. All right, can we make Mainz stop being independent this turn? These guys can shoot it once, and then I should be able to flip it back. Liberate it to Germany, get myself another 100 favor, blast this city. Can I get the kill? And then we liberate this to Congo, and it's flipping independence. We got ourselves a ton of Diplo favor that we can then immediately sell to Canada, who typically gives us the best deal on our Diplo favor. 100 gold per turn is pretty damn good. And man, I'm still surprised that Germany does not want to be my friend. Alrighty. Stealing. What do I want to steal from these? I could steal Great Works. I think cash is just king. We also have access to the Amundsen Scott Research Facility. So I think I would probably build that up here in the north somewhere, like in Meledianum. Of course, I need to get a campus actually built, and so it'll be a while before we can get the Scott Amundsen Research Station. All right, we will place the settler, the city. We will build that out. You're in position to build the Venetian Arsenal. Lovely, we stole 1700 gold, and we are moving on Mbanza Mbata to see if we can't make a difference here. We've actually got range in this guy, so you'll switch to the right, you'll move forward. You should also take another promotion. I don't need attack after moving, although that is a nice one to have, since I don't have a supply convoy over here to move this artillery around. We got our seaport in Durham, and if you remember, this city was optimized to generate gold, and now it's generating a ton of gold for me, which is exactly what we wanted to be doing. I could grab myself a commercial hub. If I plopped it over here in Buenos Aires, that would be +2 gold. If I plopped it here, it would mess up the adjacency of my oppidum, but it could get at least +3 adjacency from mines. We don't have a neighborhood in here, and so it might be a good thing to grab first. So I think what we'll do is we'll place the neighborhood on that useless desert tile, good +4, because this could potentially be useful, right? Put a solar panel on it, and then it's workable. Then that will be upgraded, and then I think my best move really is to just place it here and get the +2. And we'll build both of these things, preferably the commercial hub first, because that'll give me a gold return, and then the neighborhood, and then we'll start building up our gold income in the city even higher. Question is, do I want a wind farm or do I want a mine? Wind farms are kind of on par, but they're better for gold production rather than production. They don't really get much better though, is the problem with wind farms. They kind of just do this and then provide power. So I think I might be better off just building mines and using my overwhelming production. I think the Earth, yep, there it is. The Earth satellite is about to launch. Prepare yourself for a cinematic, my dear viewers. And a whole bunch of helicopters spawning too. That's not okay. Hey, we found the Chocolate Hills. We found the Matterhorn. We found the Cygni. And the launching of the Earth satellite. Because when you launch the Earth satellite, it reveals the entire world. We also have the Mars colony available to us now. Man, this Highlands map, I feel like, you know what? I feel like I could have crammed like maybe another 4 or 5, even 6 civilizations onto this map. There's just so much room. I think I was a little bit incorrect to play it the way that I have. To like reduce the number of civs on the map was a mistake, and I should have added more so that there were more total cities. There would have been more chaos in the game. Scouts would have been more valuable because I would have found out more about the world. But yeah, I think very, very cool map. All things considered, although I would kind of like a Highlands map with a bit more water, maybe like actual like a continent's Highlands map. I'm not a really big fan of the maps where there's like these big strings of like ice and tundra on the top and bottom of the maps. That's just me personally, although I do like it when there's like a reasonable distance between the tundra and desert. I feel like almost every game I spawn like on crappy plains in between a tundra and desert, and that just really feels terrible. I think they should maybe make some tweaks to that. All right, beautiful. We're working on the launching of the exoplanet expedition. Capital, what we're going to do is pop in here, start the moon landing. I really do want Stephanie, Qualic, and Sergi. I gotta grab Sergi now. No, I'll leave him for now. What we'll do is we've started to produce builders in here that we're going to be feeding into this. I'm going to start purchasing my builders. So this is going to start eating my economy to get these builders in here. But I'm also going to be hard producing them. And these builders basically exist to get fed into this spaceport. So I'm also going to want to bring over a military engineer to build a railroad just so I can move them up here efficiently. Nice, we've got a commercial hub here. Let's grab ourselves a market for the trade route. I've got 2 envoys, and this is partially why you want to hold onto your envoys when you're going for a science victory on a really, really big map, because you won't have met all the city-states, and now I don't have any envoys to spend on them, right? I do think Hunza and Lisbon are people who deserve a single envoy from me each, because that'll give me a massive boost to my economy. Mbanza Mbata, we have begun the bombardment of it. It's starting to fall. We'll just fortify these guys, although you're really, really vulnerable to him. So I'll bring my AT crew up to try and deal with that. Apparently I can harvest the resource that's underneath my spaceport still. I'm not going to do that, but that's worth 400 gold. Let's add production to the spaceport. We take 1 turn off the moon landing. We have another builder to move in. Perfect. And we'll begin the railroading process. I should be able to purchase myself another builder. But our economy is now a really, really big deal. It was a big deal, don't get me wrong, but now it's an even bigger deal because it is directly, how much gold we make is directly tied to how quickly we can complete our space race projects. And so that's why I'm stealing gold. That's why I'm trying to maximize gold income in certain cities. That's why I'm working on so much stuff like stealing. Again, just steal me as much gold as possible because I'm going to feed endless amounts of my economy into this spaceport. Indonesia's sending rock bands at me. And I think we've also entered into the atomic age. I'm in a golden age. Looks like most people are in a dark age. So there are a few independent cities all around, which is fine. Fine by me. Yeah, there's quite a few little cities. Now, I think on Deity, how it works is 40% of the player cities will flip independent no matter what if they enter a dark age. And for the AI, it's 10%. So that is it's significantly harsher on the player, which I think is fair enough. At least for me, right? I would kind of wish the AI would get penalized a little bit more, but I'm willing to accept that because it just makes the game a little bit more interesting when you're a high-skilled player, which I am obviously not. All right, Sergei Korolev, I have recruited. Now we're going to save him to instantaneously finish the Mars project, the Mars launch. Let's go ahead, feed another builder in there, shave another turn off. We will, of course, build a railroad. That way I can get my builder over here more efficiently. You can only feed in one builder at a time. And since I have a buffer of 2 builders, I don't need to purchase a builder this turn, so I can kind of sustain my economy more easily. I will, however, and this is really, really important, I will come in here and I need to change one of these cards. I think it's got to be Triangular Trade. Yeah, I think Triangular Trade has got to go, although Market Economy could be a good one too. Yeah, I think Triangular Trade is going to go, and I'm going to go ahead and plug in the card that gives me builder production and extra 2 build charges, because that will make any more builders that I feed into this spaceport more efficient. We've got some trade slots to fill out. I've got these guys. Now, I would love to get a coal power plant in here, but I almost feel like the campus research grant is better. Yeah, I'll get the coal power plant, but then I'll work campus research grants. I need to get Stephanie Kwolek ASAP. I've got a +4 campus up here that will throw down. For sure, again, I want to get as many great scientist points as possible. I have a campus over here. The question is, do I go for the banking stock exchange or do I go for the project? Man, that's a tough one. These things are probably not going to pay themselves off before the game is over, so it's probably a net negative investment for me right now, but the trade route is a worthwhile thing, so I'm going to go for the campus research grants. Continuing to bombard. Is the city takeable this turn? So maybe? Alright, brilliant. And we will go ahead and liberate that to the Congo. Another 100 Diplo favor under our belt. We'll talk to Canada. Hey Canada, you like Diplo favor, don't you? There you go, bud. Thank you for the gold. And the reason why we're saving this for the Mars guy is to give us potential time to get Stephanie online. And then she'll actually double it and instantaneously finish the Mars project. Because if I remember correctly, the Mars project is 1800 production. I can't tell, but I think it's 1800 and this guy just about finishes it. So if we use Sergi on him, on the Mars thing, and then feed a builder in, it should pretty much auto-complete it in a single turn. Oh my god, why are you standing in my rail area? Get out of my way. This is another city that I want to optimize for gold generation, so I'm going to pick up the seaport. And did I already get a neighborhood in here? I did, and I have the shopping mall. Excellent. So optimized for gold production. Alright, you have your food market, which means you'll grow nice and quick. We'll grab the sewer just to keep you busy until you can place another district. This will be the city that I plan to get the Scott Abmertson Research Center. May as well pillage the mines in my own city over here for the gold. Alright, there we have Space Race. Let's go ahead and keep ourselves nice and safe over here. I've been moving in to retake Lutetia. Not to be confused with Lysiu. Kind of those names kind of are similar in my head. And you guys have begged me for it. You've cried about it the entire series. For the love of God, I will build you the Venetian Arsenal. Look, it's happening. Click. It's halfway done. I'll finish that monument and then finish the wonder next turn. I'm not happy about this. You guys, I've been bullied. I have been bullied into building the Venetian Arsenal. This is online harassment. This is harassment. I should not be forced to make this wonder. All right, feed a builder into there. Shave another turn off. Get another 2 builders in position. 5 turns until moon landing. It's more like 3 turns. And we're also got a nice railroad. Perfect. We connected 2 cities for error score. Brilliant. Smart materials unlocked. Now, usually by this point, I would actually already be working on the exoplanet expedition. But that's not that big of a deal that I'm not. We need to go ahead and find, I think it's all the way over here usually, to make it, like we still have to make our way all the way to this technology, so it's not that big of a deal that we have not. Now, what do we do? I want to optimize for science, ideally. Hamburg is worth 3 science. We shall trade with Hamburg. Don't think I need any more spies. May as well build them, though, because they are empire-wide infrastructure, and those typically give the best return on investment. Venetian Arsenal, click, click. There, look, we did it. I'll even let it play.
is that city, which in time of peace thinks of war.
Look. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. We built it. Now leave me alone. For the love of God. No, I might as well build a navy now that we have this. Ooh. We can begin the assault on Buenos Aires, who I already have suzerainty of. Jesus Christ. Alright, I can't believe you guys made me build a city and settle it, and waste a great engineer on the goddamn... Can you leave me alone, Cree? Oh my god. I built one wonder and you guys jumped down my throat. My god. Yeah, I've been forced to do something against my will and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Alright, feed a 6 charge builder in. Perfect. We'll finish the moon landing next turn. You have a promotion. Siphon funds at a higher level just decreases the chance that you get caught doing that over a long enough time period. It looks like the AI was trying to recruit partisans in my capital, which is good because I have a spy in position defending. Finish the moon landing. Click. Moon landing launched. Now we get a one-time culture bonus equal to 10 times our science per turn, which is a lot right now. We just got 6,000 culture on the way. So that means we automatically picked up a bunch of these civics in the civic tree. We're already all the way up to globalization. And that means we want to kind of think about what our next one of these is. I feel like synthetic technocracy is a good one to pick up because it gives you that 30% production towards all city projects. You do lose the 10% science from communism, but that's not a big deal, to be honest. Right. That is going to trigger a change of government, however. In particular, we're going to be plugging in International Space Agency for that 5% science per city-state that we are suzerain of. We're also going to be looking at some of these golden age policies right here. See, all government exert extra 2 foreign loyalty pressure, 25% gold, 50% experience earned towards units, 100% tourism from national parks, and 50% tourism from world wonders. Campus district adjacency provides production, 30% production towards spaceport and aerodrome, 15 with either a spaceport or an aerodrome. That's an interesting one. Sky and Stars. Science and production is really, really nice. So we'll take out public works and I'll probably slap public works into market economy because I want to still be making builders efficiently. We'll come back down here. We'll launch the Mars colony, but this one will be using the Sergei Korolev, and that will almost instantaneously finish it. We'll bring over the builder. He'll get fed in next turn, which should pretty much finish it. So now it might be worth my while to start building aerodromes in some of my cities, or even spaceports, because they give a really good return on investment to keep stealing cash there. Alright, time to bomb the city. City is under siege. We'll retake it here in a moment. Advanced ballistics and professional sports. I would like to get the Estadio de la Maracaña. However, I don't know if I have a spot for it. Let me see. What does it need to be? Must be built on flat land adjacent to an entertainment complex with a stadium. I don't have any flat land adjacent to an entertainment complex with a stadium. Do I? Ooh, I could maybe build it over here in Lisieux. Yeah, I like it. I could purchase the stadium. It's a lot of amenities. Bam. Up to +5 amenities in this city now, getting the 10% yield bonus, which really isn't much, in all honesty, and I think that needs to be changed. But we will go ahead and get the Estadio de Maracaña. It'll take 22 turns. It'll give you +2 amenities in each city in my civilization, and also give the city, it is built in, a +2 amenities as well. All right, sewer in Vincentio. I forgot that I was actually building a sewer in here. I think I was meant to be doing other things. I think I had meant to come back to this city and I just kind of abandoned it. Oops. Bit of a mistake. Pop you right there. Slowly build that up at them. City has now grown, which is perfect. We'll get that campus. Now, the placement of this is... Let's be built with a research lab on a snow or snow hills tile. Okay, so this campus pretty much has to go over here. We got the spaceport in Bagacom. Nothing I can do in here really. I don't need the aerodrome. Instead, what I will do is just buy myself a turn because I'm about to finish the Mars. The Mars colony. Boom. Mars colony done. Excellent. Let's get the exoplanet expedition going. And what I'll actually do over here is a bunch of campus research grants so I can pump up my science income. We're on the home stretch for a science victory, boys. Let's retake the city. No, get the builder first. Oops. Well, I missed out on the builder. Oh well. Let's finally grab vertical integration on Magnus. That'll give my capital a lot of benefit from all those factories, coal plants, all that sort of stuff. We're getting 52 production from factories right now. That's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. There is nuclear fission. I am going to want a nuclear power plant or two. Renew that mission of defending. Let's go ahead and do a little search for uranium in case I've missed any in my empire. There's one over here. I don't think I'm ever going to get that one, unfortunately. It's kind of out of my reach without a settler. I have one here. Bunch of uranium in the southern half of the world. Not a whole lot in the northern half. I'm just kind of going through the list to try and find my uranium, because it's saying I have one improved. But I think I only have one uranium in my territory. Oh no, there it is. So, well, it kills the farm triangle, but I think it is necessary to go get that improved. I have a builder here with 2 charges. Go get that, please. Seaport in here. I can defocus this and get this city to focus on gold production, which is exactly what we want. Unlock everything. Has a neighborhood. Excellent. Commercial hub is next. Plop that right there. Down to 5 turns on the exoplanet expedition, which means we're on the home stretch of winning. If we check the science win screen, we have 3 projects completed and we're working on the 4th one. The 4th and final, technically, because once we launch it, we just have to wait 50 turns. However, I do not plan on just waiting 50 turns, although I might have to, considering how far along in the tech tree that I am right now. Dust Storm has shredded me over here. And we got Jane Drew, who'll give me amenities and housing for a city. Jane Drew, where will I place you? I could pop you into the capital, and that would give me a massive boost to the amenities in here, which gives me another 10% boost to all of my yields, which is exactly what I want in the city that is dedicated to producing my spaceport projects. I need to get myself a nuclear power plant somewhere relatively central that will hit a lot of my cities. And I think a good candidate would be probably my capital, in all honesty, but I don't want to do it in my capital. I'd like to do it somewhere else. So it might actually be Lisieux or Bibrax. Although, again, these are kind of edge case cities. A lot of my industrial zones, if I had an industrial zone somewhere around here, it would be perfect, but I just don't. So maybe my capital is the right choice, but then again, I would be losing 18 production from the coal power plant, but I would pick up a shit ton of science from it. I feel like Avaricum is probably my best city to do it in. It hits a decent number of cities. It'll give me a bit of science and production, and it's better than an oil power plant. We're going to counter spy with another spy, this time on the neighborhood, so that these guys are protecting both each other's tiles, which gives us a better chance of actually catching spies. We want neither, like, it's really bad if this gets a spy project triggered, and it's really bad if this gets a spy project triggered. Another uranium online. Look at this tile yield. Oh my goodness. I think this is the last builder I'll be feeding in for a while. I will, however, continue to produce builders for when we actually unlock the tier 2 projects. And I also want to look around and see, are there other cities that it's spaceport time in? Because I do have a decent amount of sort of space to do that. Exoplanet expedition has launched, which means we get a bunch of error score, and we are currently on the track to win. So 50 turns from now, I will automatically win the game. My hope is to unlock the final tech here, and that will allow me to speed it up. Although that said, I'm so many techs behind here where I should be that it might not even happen that way. I might just win before I actually unlock it. But a lot of what I'm going to be doing now is kind of just sitting around waiting for science to come in. I'm trying to optimize my empire for science, going into my cities, locking in campuses, looking for tiles with science, trying to optimize for all that sort of jazz. All right, we completed our chain of builders in Bibrax, and I think we're going to want to just have more builders in Bibrax, and this is the most efficient city for me to produce them in. Is there a great person that I could maybe purchase? I definitely want Stephanie Quallack. Let's start the Mudson Scott Research Station over here. It'll take about 27 turns. Hoping that's not how long it's actually going to take, but you never know. All right, just going through my cities and optimizing for science production. So that means science and production, like so. Deactivate the gold focus. Up to 800 science per turn. So the optimization stuff is working pretty hard. I'm not like trying super hard to do this. Like I'm basically just going through my cities, and where I see an opportunity to increase my science income, I do. This city is still going to be focused on gold, however, but I will work these specialist tiles because each one is worth a decent amount of science. Give you an idea of how good my research labs are. A single research lab is worth 14 science per turn, which isn't bad at all. We're up to 140 aluminum in stockpile. I need a bigger stockpile, and so I'm going to maybe look to grab some encampments or harbors wherever it makes sense, because they give you a bigger stockpile of resources. I'm also just have a single military engineer running around building railroad for fun. And I'm also cutting out a lot of the footage, because I think about 60% of my footage is actually the end turn screen where I wait for things to happen. So you're basically not going to see a whole lot. Like here, I'll play a full turn, right? Here you go. Click. The city doesn't have a way to optimize for science. The city is still building its science. Shabam. Click. Trade route. I want to send trade routes to my capital from places that are weak. Weak city over here. Spy. You are a brand new spy. Let's go ahead and send you to the encampment. So now we've got 3 spies defending my spaceport. And that's it. That's the whole turn. So that's pretty much every single turn for me is just a few little actions, and then we wait. I mean, the good news is we are up to nearly 900 science per turn. Acceleration on this is really, really good. Stephanie Quallack has been recruited. Who's next? Let's see. Okay, someone's going to get Carl Sagan, unfortunately. Yep. Well, nothing I can do about that. He would have been nice to have, but Stephanie is still pretty good. She'll give you 100% production towards space race projects. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Swordsman Barb? I was like, why? Why are you here? Go away. Lovely. There is synthetic technocracy. That's going to give me a huge boost towards my space race, but I'm not going to plug it in yet. Now it does have better cards than communism, but communism has that really, really nice 10% science buff that I would lose when I switch over. And I'm not sure the extra cards would make up for that. Would they? I mean, maybe, but it's a very slim margin if so. Extra 4 cards. I think I'm better off staying the way I am. All right, World Games. Athleticism need not be proven in battle. Vote that up. Let's go ahead and Canada, you may have the diplomatic victory. Why don't we make chopping woods better? Why don't we give a 50% discount on nuclear power? Probably none of my things here will pass except for the world thingy. But these late game things don't matter that much. So woods can no longer be chopped, oil can no longer be built, and Wilfrid Laurier got 2 diplomatic victory points. Good job, Wilfrid. I should have probably checked how close he was to winning, just in case, but he's at 12 out of 20 now. World Games, brilliant. So you get points by maintaining stadiums and aquatic centers, which is great because we actually have stadiums. Is it worth it to train athletes here? What do you get? You get a diplomatic point and tourism. I don't think that's really worth my time, but I will go ahead and do shopping mall and arena in here. Although maybe it would be better to do food market because this city is lacking food because it's working that. So perhaps food market arena. Bib Rakte. Bam. Maxed out. Extra food. Keep this city growing, making 51 science in this city right now, which is insane, I might add. That's an insane amount of production to be, or science to be making from a single city that was only settled a while ago. That said, I don't know what else to do with this city in the meantime, so I may as well just campus research grants. Progress update on the science victory. We are at 10 out of 50 light years. Tech-wise, we are still 6 techs away from being able to speed that up. So Progress being made. Happy days. Clear you out. And we'll get rid of you as well. May as well pop Stephanie in here. Just so she's actually not sitting around every turn. Promotion available on this guy. I will get Polygraph on him. So he gets Quartermaster. All spies operate at +1 level on my side. And he has Polygraph. Enemy spies in my lands operate at 1 level lower. So I have an extremely, extremely good espionage team here defending this spaceport. You are promoted as well. Polygraph is a decent one. Up to 900 science per turn. And there's a whole bunch of nonsense up here for me to get rid of. I could build those seasteads. I'm not sure it's worth it. What do seasteads do again? +2 food, +1 production for each adjacent fishing boat. Fishing boats for sea, +1 cultural tourism, +2 housing built in coast, lake, or ocean terrain. They're not bad. They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I could probably cram a couple of them in here, like one here, one here. Something like that. Maybe one here, one here. Is that worth my builder charges? I don't know if it is. Right, we got the market in here, bank as well. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Keep stealing cash. Waiting. A lot of waiting right now. Not gonna lie, a lot of waiting. And I also built a couple of extra settlers because there's aluminum over here that I want to pick up. Keep counter spying on my spaceport, and that's the end of that turn. Well, I guess I technically have a builder who's demanding orders, but yeah, a lot of waiting. This is one of my complaints about 4X games in general. Oftentimes, the very last, say, 10% of the game where you're about to win, there's a lot of waiting and nothing interesting really happens because a lot of your decisions don't actually influence the outcome of the game. And yeah, I feel like the most interesting parts of 4Xs is right at the start of a game. So I would like to see if someone could maybe solve that problem, or maybe it's an unsolvable problem. Who knows? Also making 50 science out of this city. The sheer absolute chad power of these cities. May as well get me a builder to improve your tiles, whatever. Escape on foot. Okay, he was captured by the Inca. Now the great thing about playing against the AI is when they capture your spy, you just you gonna let me make a deal? I think I have a pending thing from him. Hold on, I'll have to take an action. Yeah, there you go. Well, I can't promise that. Sorry. Sometimes you can't talk to the AI when they have a screen that they want to talk to you, but it hasn't actually happened yet. So 27 gold per turn plus 300. Yep, it's fine. Well worth it. Spies are worth their weight in gold. Always, always, always recover your spies from the AI. Single spy like this can potentially, like, what was that? 30 gold per turn. That's I spent about 1,200 gold. A single spy steal can pay for what I paid to recover him. So always, always, always. Now I think he was in the Cusco, wherever that is. This city. He only has 2 cities. He's making 800 gold, so perfect. Starting to stack up an absurd number of builders for these projects. Hang on, Germany. How did you kill Preslav? This city was full health a minute ago. Not a fan of this. Do not like. Do not like. Where is my army? Germany, give me open borders so I can get my army in position. Thank you. Let's move our army across like so. And we'll be in position to retake Preslav when it flips independent there. There's a massive religious battle happening inside my territory right now. I think somebody's gunning for a religious win. Let's check the old religion screen. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people are fighting over it. Alright, cool. Let's grab Joseph Paxton. Lovely. +1 amenity on regional buildings, and they reach further. Perfecto, perfecto, perfecto. We'll pop that in here. That's where the stadium is, right? Yeah, slap that. Wait a minute. Oh, I guess somebody built the Estadio de Maracanã as well. Oh well. Oh well. Extra amenities. Boom. Up to 9 amenities in our capital. That's pretty good. I still think amenities kind of like need a rework. Like just a big rework. They're just not impactful enough, and yeah, it's just not great. All right, Preslav is flipping independent this turn, right? Correct? No? Next turn? Next turn. Got it. Well, let's get into position. for our great crusade for Preslav. City-state emergency. Oh, I declared friendship with him. Oops. Could have got a free war on him. So we've got 3 envoys to play with. I would like Hong Kong. Yoink. I'm losing coastal tiles to flooding, but at this point in the game, I've got most of the value out of them already, so it's not that big of a deal. Where are we on the science track, actually? I haven't been paying attention to it. We're on 16, 6 turns later. Still got a few techs to go. We're close to off-world mission, however. Oh dear! Wait, what happened to the mini-map? Wait a minute. Hang on. What's going on over here? World of Congress, get out of my face. I don't care. I don't care. Go away. Wasn't there a civ here? Who? What? How did this all happen? Oh my god. Even China's getting wrecked. I'm telling you what, someone's having a real bad time. Although it is always funny to me, right? Whenever I'm playing this goddamn dramatic age mode, right? The cities that like flip independent and go crazy are always like as far away from possible compared to me. It's like the AI on my border, hyper intelligent, super soldiers. Cities never flip independent, but it's like AI on the other side of the world, absolute like incapable of even holding their capital. Nothing going for them. It's like, come on, man. Preslav has been liberated. We shall liberate you. Excellent. And I think I'm just going to park a bunch of units around Preslav to keep it safe from any attackers. Settle for the aluminium, aluminium, aluminum, aluminium, aluminum, aluminium, aluminum, and aluminium. Get space initiative on Pingala. Hey, we're up to 1,125 science per turn. Very, very nice. All right, we've got about 18 era score to achieve in 8 turns. Now, this is why I've been saving up my faith. It may actually be possible. It may actually be possible to achieve that goal. We have to be careful and choose our national parks wisely. There is a definite national park right here. We'll grab ourselves a naturalist. Excuse me. Did I make a mistake, sir? Oh, there's a farm there. Damn it. Do I have any natural national parks that just appeared? I'm going to have to do some manipulation. Oops. Oopsie. Let's see here. What can we do? I would need a builder to get rid of this. Well, what I could do is buy this tile, buy this tile, buy this tile. And then swap them all over to this city. And then that should be a national park. That's a bit of era score. I need to find another couple of national parks. I think there's another one in this city. If I grab that tile and I click on this guy, another one. So we will purchase ourselves a naturalist here. I settled a couple of brand new cities in the hope that I could find some natural parks. If I get a builder in here to chop that, there's a national park there. So purchase builder, and then we'll get naturalist next turn. Although I could just go ahead and get the naturalist on the same turn, and then that'll go right here. Like I said, we're quite a few points away from where we need to be. So we place a national park, +5 era score, kaboom. And the next one will go here. I think there was one over here. We needed to remove that, and then that one can go here. That'll be another +5, and I think we'll research 2 techs, and then we'll be clean through to a golden age. This is the power of faith. Why do I have so much faith, by the way? Oh, 303 from excess grey people points. Ah, I see. All the great scientists have been taken. Well, we're 2 turns from off-world mission, so I may as well just kind of get my cities to chunk along. In you go, designate national park. That one was +4 era score, weirdly. I don't know why I got less, actually. That makes my life harder because I need to now do another 2. Actually, I miscounted this. I need another 2 national parks, at least, probably even 3, to be honest. So that's going to cause a kerfluffle. Well, I can buy these 2 tiles, get myself a naturalist. He'll be able to do that one. Then I can do these 4 tiles right here. Boom, boom. As well. So that's 2 national parks. So I need a third one. And the third one will probably be these 4 tiles here. Boom, boom, boom. So that's 3 national parks in a single city. Perfect. Get out of the way, builder. National park designated. Boom. Place a forest here. Perfect. Make that tile slightly better. And we need just 1 more national park, actually. We'll do it and we're secure. I'm very happy with that outcome. I was a bit worried that I wouldn't be able to do that, but very, very happy that we're able to avoid that Dark Age. Dark Ages are, after all, the mother of all sin or something. I don't know. I just made that up off the top of my head. Don't judge me. There's a Heli Welly 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 Chopteroo coming in. Right, we have the Exoplanet Expedition bonus projects available. Step forward and shoot. Get rid of that Heli Heli Welly chopper. So we cancel all of these. We come down to the bottom of the projects and we want to launch Lagrange laser stations, but we also want to launch 1 terrestrial laser station per turn. If you launch more than 1 per turn, your city will run out of power and you will get no progress towards your space race. At least that's a bug that I've encountered before. I have no idea if it's fixed. We insert a builder that finishes in 1 turn. No longer need to build builders in here. I can start doing a Lagrange laser station. I'll do a terrestrial laser station in here. Feed a builder in. That'll be 2 turns. And then over here in Bagacom, my favorite city, we will also do a Lagrange laser station. And we have a builder ready to feed that in. So we're ready to speed it up. We are currently traveling 1 light year per turn with 25 turns left. So we should be able to clean this up in a few turns. Let's grab Future Tech for the 55% boost towards projects. Choose our production. A lot of what we choose for production doesn't matter, so I'm going to be clicking randomly now at this point in the game. And putting units to sleep unless they have relevance to my win condition. A terrestrial laser station. And we got environmentalism. It's now safe to change our government to synthetic technocracy. Just plug in everything that gives production. I'm really not sure what to plug in here. Commercial hubs are fine. Market economy, no. Free market, sure. All right, let's go ahead and diplomatic card. Yep, I'm fine with all this. Ooh, Heartbeat of Steam, actually. Probably better than sports media. All right, let's go ahead and confirm our policies. Our cash should now be positive, and we can keep working on a mixture of terrestrial laser stations and Lagrange laser stations. Let's go ahead. And so, like, this is a terrestrial laser station. I will produce it, kaboom, and now the city isn't powered, right? Because the city's power level changed, and that will mean that potentially I won't get progress towards this, right? So you want to be careful about that. That's something to keep in mind. You don't want to chop out terrestrial laser stations because it causes just some weirdness in my experience. So I don't mess with it. It doesn't mess with me, and we get along just fine. All right, we do have a little bit of a problem in that one of our artillery is in trouble. So let's upgrade him to rocket arty. We are currently in the clear for Golden Age, so I'm gonna put this guy to rest. Not like dead. I mean, he's resting there. He's waiting for the next era. Although that said, if I wanted like a big meme, I could just do like a bunch of national parks to exert a ton of pressure on the AI, but yeah, it's probably not worth my time. We have another laser station that is launched. Let's launch more aluminum. This is why I wanted to have big aluminum stockpiles so that I could launch these projects consistently. We're currently traveling 4 light years. We're 27 out of 50. Alrighty. Everyone's asking me for alliances and friendships now. Like, despite me like asking for them earlier in the game, it's like, no, oh, this guy's about to win. Let's be his friend. More launches. That's 2 launches in a single turn. And we got the Emerson Scott Research Station. We're up to 1,000 science per turn, which isn't quite the peak that we ever hit. Let's just click at the end of the civic tree. That's perfectly fine by me. And we'll keep launching these Lagrange laser stations. Good progress. We're currently traveling 6 light years per turn. We've traveled 31. Future tech. Choose production. It's kind of annoying when my cities ask me for production at this point in the game, because really this is all just... I could shift enter and just force the turn to end, but it's more fun to do this. It's more fun. It's more fun. Yeah. We're very close to our big win, boys. Boys and girls. Alright, railroad, pop in there. Shabam. Lagrange laser station launched. Let's get ourselves another one. And I'll just end my turn. Oh, I need to make sure I'm defending my spaceport, because it's probably under assault from like all of the spies on the map. Shoot this guy, then we'll shoot him with this, and we'll shoot him with that, and then he's gonna, bam, he's gone. Different government, so he's denouncing me, which, you know, that's his right, but doesn't mean I have to respect it. Another launch, perfectamundo, 38, going 8 light years per turn. Let's just go ahead and shift enter. No need to continue to micro. We've optimized as much as we can. And I think we could start to do a little bit of a post-mortem on this game. I think the Gaul are a very, very strong civilization. I feel like they would be a much stronger civilization if their tourism, if their culture on mines actually gave you tourism. I think they would be a more interesting civ to play, because right now they're not very interesting to play as a tourism civ. But there's the Lagrange laser station launching. We're in a golden age. Perfect. What are the new cards in this era, actually, out of curiosity? Nothing too interesting. Ooh, Popular Front is pretty good. +4 to all yields for trade routes with city-states. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to just go ahead and shift enter. I think this is my last or second last turn, because we are going 9 light years and we're 4 away from our goal. But yeah, I think Gaul are very strong. I think they're a very, very fun civilization to play. I think there's not much I would want to change about them, which means they're really well made. Because if you don't want something to change, then it's like it's an interesting enough to play on its own. There's our win screen. Kadabam, kadabam. We've seen this cinematic a million times. We did pretty badly on our rankings. We're 8 out of however many this is. Graph-wise, however, I want to see my science. Look at that science. I was behind for most of the game, and then it was just woof, straight up there. Same with my gold. My gold was kind of... My gold game was pretty weak this game. Curious about my culture. My culture was actually pretty strong, due to the fact that I'm playing the Gauls, which is to be expected. Normally, that little green line there, that's me. Normally, you would expect me to be, you know, sort of a much lower down here. But the fact that I was one of the top culture civs in the game at various points is a really big deal. It goes to show how strong that +1 culture from mines is, especially on a map like this. Units killed, I killed so many units this game, and I didn't actually lose that many. It's mostly barbs that I was murdering for the majority of the game. Number of combats, pretty interesting. And let's see, buildings constructed. This is like a fairly typical graph, but I say that's fairly typical, but goddamn, the Gaul. So normally what happens is there's like a much smoother and vertical curve. So like I would reach it would look something like the Gaul. It's like, and then you just go diagonal forever. Whereas for most civs, I would be underneath the AI significantly until around like turn, like somewhere here to here, to be honest, is where I would overtake the AI. This just goes to show how powerful the Gaul's production is, that I was ahead of them in terms of buildings. About 110 turns into the game, say. I think that is roughly. Alrighty, that's going to be it from me. That's it for this series. I hope you guys enjoyed the Gaul. If you've got any suggestions for what you'd like to see me do in my next series, let me know in the comments below. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.